What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're tackling a common maintenance task, replacing the rear brake pads on a 2020 Jeep Wrangler. Before we dive into the Jeep, make sure you've got your toolkit ready. So we're going to need a wheel lock key, a jack stand, 13mm socket, a C-clamp to clamp down the brake caliper cylinder, and of course your shiny new brake pads. Alright guys, so one thing before we start lifting up the Jeep, we're going to loosen up the lug nuts with our impact wrench. And now we can start lifting up the Jeep. Alright, now that we have the Jeep lug nuts loose, we're going to start lifting up the Jeep. We're going to put a jack stand right over here. And let's start lifting it up. First wheel is off, and we're going to put it under the car just in case, for safety. And now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take off those 13mm bolts. There's one, and then there's another one right down here. Alright, so we got one bolt out. Now we're just going to take out the other one. Alright guys, the caliper's out. So what we're going to do is we're going to hang it over here. That way it doesn't fall down and break the brake lines. Just like that. And secure it. And there you have it. Brake caliper's off. You can go ahead and remove the brakes. Alright, now that I have the brake caliper off, I'm going to go ahead and take off this bracket here to make sure my e-brakes are in good condition. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, to take the rotor off, we need to take off this T27 bolt. Now that we got the brake rotor off, we're going to go ahead and take off the emergency brakes, and they're secured by a few springs on each side. And all we need is some pliers. I'm going to pull this spring up, take it off. That's one. Guys, now let's put the new shoes in. Put the springs the same way they were before. Alright guys, so we replaced the brake shoes for the e-brake. It was a little tough to get the springs out and then put everything back in, especially those little clips right over here. Those were very tough to put in, but I didn't have to take the axle off, so that's a plus. And now let's reassemble everything and move on to the other side. Right, now that we have everything off, what you want to do is just take a drill with a wire brush and just clean up all the rust. Alright guys, we just finished cleaning everything and cleaning the rust off the rotor, the inside of the rotor. So we're gonna put everything back together now. Oh, and by the way, we put some anti-seize on the rotor and the hub. That way it's easier for us to take it off if we have to do it again. Put the torque screw back in. Alright guys, all we have to do now is put the brake cylinder back on. There you have it, folks. A quick rear brake pad and e-brake shoe replacement for your 2020 Jeep Wrangler. Give your brakes a few pumps before hitting the road to make sure everything is snug. And thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.